What is up YouTube? We're underleveled. My name is Taka, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get an unlimited amount of not only money but experience as well, completely AFK and away from your Switch with just one simple tool. This is not clickbait. You can actually walk away from your Switch, go to sleep, and come back to max amount of money and all level 100 Pokemon. No more sandwiches or chances or gold ducks. You actually don't have to do anything. Well, almost anything. You do have to do something, but it's actually really simple. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying our Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content. So there are lots of guides out there for AFK money farming using the Ace tournament, but there's no real 100% AFK experience farming. Yes, there's gold ducks and things like that, but this way is completely AFK. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about anything. You just need one simple thing. Okay, so what is this magical tool? Well, if you played a lot of Sword and Shield, then you might recognize this. And that's the Switch Up Game Enhancer from Collective Minds. Huge shout out to Austin John Plays, who brought this useful tool to light back when Sword and Shield first released. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's pretty much a USB dongle that lets you connect different controllers to your Nintendo Switch, such as a PS4 controller or an Xbox One controller. But what makes this so amazing is that it has a lot of pre-programmed macros in it. Pretty much what a macro is, it's an automated series of commands, a lot like the turbo button on controllers. It's programmed to automatically press the A button continuously over and over. That's a macro. They have macros for a bunch of games loaded on this already, but they don't have one for Scarlet and Violet. But we did figure out how to make it work. So what exactly do you need? Well, first you'll need the Switch Up Game Enhancer, as well as a Bluetooth controller. You can use a PS4 or Xbox One controller, but for this, I'll be using my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And finally, you'll need a powerful level 100 Pokemon. I'll be using Fluttermane, and I'll briefly explain my build and stats in just a bit. That's pretty much all you need. Now, I'll show you exactly what to do. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, we'll be using the Ace Tournament AFK Money Farming Guide. There are tons of great guides out there. One downside is that you can't farm experience, but using the Game Enhancer, we've modified it so that you in fact can get unlimited amount of money, but also an unlimited amount of experience. And as you can see in the background, I'm using this method to level up a full party of Slowpokes. Alright, great, now let's set up for the farm. So this is the Fluttermane I'm using. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done just fine. There are tons of guides out there for this method, but I'll go over my Fluttermane in about 20 seconds. Ready? Catch a Fluttermane. If you have Violet, here's the trade code. Make it level 100. Hyper Train in special attack or all if you want. Modest Mints, make it modest. Give it 252 calcium and 2 genius feathers. We're trying to maximize its special attack. The rest of the EVs, you can put it wherever you want. Hold the choice specs. Put Moonblast on top. The rest doesn't matter. And done. Great, now put Fluttermane as the lead and fill your party with any Pokemon you want to level up. Putting a lucky egg on one of them will make it level faster. Now, I suggest you evolve your Pokemon before doing this method, because since you're not there is a chance that the automatic inputs will keep canceling the evolution. But honestly, I've never had a problem with that, because it's as simple as stopping the autoplay, letting it evolve, and just continuing the autoplay. But I really like Slowpoke, so I'm fine with this. Okay, with that out of the way, let's move on. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the Switch Up Game Enhancer does not come with pre-programmed macros for Scarlet and Violet. But what it does have is a mode that allows you to record your own macro. You see where I'm going with this? And I'll show you exactly from the very start to the very end exactly how to do this. First, we need to sync up the controller to the Switch Up Game Enhancer. First, start by going into your system settings, scrolling down to controllers and sensors, and make sure that Pro Controller wired connection is turned on. Next, plug in the Switch Up Game Enhancer to your dock or using the adapter to your Switch Lite. I'll be using a Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, but feel free to look up guides on how to sync other controllers. First, start by pressing the top button on the Switch Up until it flashes blue. This means it's trying to pair your Bluetooth controller. Now press and hold the sync button on the top of the Pro Controller. You want to press and hold this button until you see the lights on the bottom of the controller move back and forth. This means that it's trying to seek a device to pair to. When the LED on the switch up game enhancer turns from blue to white, the controller is now connected. Great, let's move on. Now press the bottom button on the switch up until the lights turn purple and orange, like this. Next, press and hold the minus button until the lights on the switch up game enhancer turns white. You'll also feel a rumble to know it worked. You're now in the macro menu mode. Now you can pick a button on the controller that'll start the macro. We'll call this the macro button. Pick a button that you don't need to use. I'll be using the plus button because I can't ride Miraidon anyways, so I won't be using that button. Now press the macro, or in my case, the plus button, until all 4 lights are on. These 4 lights represent the 4 different modes that you can set your macro to. You can learn more about it on their YouTube channel, but for this video, all you need to know is that we're using the 4th setting. Now you're going to press the minus button to exit the macro menu. Okay, great. Now you're in macro recording mode. Now this part is important, so I'll try to explain it the best I can. When you have your party and your lead Pokemon set, walk up to the Ace Attorney guy behind the counter. We're going to put a hard save right here. Just in case your timing is off, you can just go ahead and reset the game and not have to sit through the whole entire tournament. I have done that before. Now first, to start the recording, press your macro button, or in my case, the plus button, and you'll feel a rumble. Then press A to talk to the Ace Tournament guy. The chat bubble will go away and wait for him to talk again. Then press A again, and A once more. Now press B 4 times. Then press the plus button or your macro button to finish the macro. You should feel another rumble. Now if you don't care for the timing of your button inputs and you want to re-record, don't worry, because if you press and hold the home button, then press the plus button or your macro button, you'll feel 2 rumbles. This means that your previously recorded macro has been deleted and now you're ready to re-record. Then all you have to do is close your game and reload to your previous save point and try the macro timing again. So I'll show you how to do this one more time. First, start by pressing the macro button, or in my case the plus button, until you feel a rumble. This means that you're now recording. Talk to the Ace Tournament guy. Pressing A, his chat bubble will go away. Wait for him to talk. Wait a little longer, press A once more, and now press B 4 times. Then press the plus button to stop the recording. You'll feel a rumble indicating that the recording has ended. And you're all done. It wasn't that hard, right? Don't worry, because it will be completely worth it, and what's nice is that you only have to do that once. Now we're just gonna press the plus button again to start the automatic controls. And now you can just walk away from your Switch. Go eat, go to sleep, do whatever you want. And you can come back to all of your Pokemon being level 100 and maxed out money. Then once your Pokemon hit level 100, just swap out for 5 new Pokemon, level them up to level 100 and repeat. Also, don't forget to spend your money. You'll be maxing out on money really quickly. Once you max out on money, you won't be able to earn any more, so spend that money. Okay, now let's just slow down and talk about this for a second. Just like in Sword and Shield, there are going to be people who don't feel comfortable about using an external device to automate their grinding process. If you choose not to use this, that is totally fine. This video is for people who are interested and maybe want to try this method. And we should just respect the fact that everyone plays their game differently. Don't let other people tell you how to play your game, and don't tell people how to play their game. Just play your game in the way that you find most enjoyable. Remember, as long as it doesn't negatively affect other people. Okay? Let's all get along out there. But with that, we want to thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, then don't forget to hit that like button, as well as subscribe, and turning on the bell for notifications for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.